Hello, happy homeschoolers. Hello, happy homeschoolers. Every time I say that, I'm speaking that into your hearts and minds and lives. Happy homeschoolers. Not grudgingly tolerant, making it through. Oof, we survived today. Can't wait till everybody goes to bed. Homeschoolers. But happy homeschoolers. Happy homeschoolers. Oh, happy homeschoolers. I love it. Happy homeschoolers. My name is Dr. Dawn Karima, and I'm so privileged to share this time with you and to spend this time helping all of us to be happy homeschoolers. And I think it's a wonderful thing that we can come together like this and help one another and encourage one another to do something that we will love. In order to homeschool, you're going to have to play the long game. Yeah, you're going to have to play the long game. I mean, we don't get the pleasure of assessing everything um, just by standardized tests, right? We can't decide if our children are flourishing by just glancing at them in a room full of a whole lot of other people and going, yeah, they look okay. We have to, and get to, it's a privilege. We have to really spend time with our children. We have to know them as who they truly are, not just an attendance roster or a room full of a crowd of people. We have to really be thankful and grateful that we have a chance to deeply know our children and to find out their interests and nurture those interests and balance them with curriculum and balance them with knowledge and joy also, right? All right. Well, I've got something for you that as you start your homeschooling journey, no matter where you are in that journey, you will always make every day better if you do this. Thankful and blessed. hmm I believe every homeschool family needs a gratitude journal. You can have a gratitude tree where you can write on the little leaves. You can have a gratitude bowl where you write things down and then put it in a jar or a bowl, right? But a gratitude journal is a super quick way to chronicle your successes, also illustrate the challenges that you've overcome. And both of those things help other people. See, when you start keeping a gratitude journal, one of the things you realize is, oh, how many answers to questions and solutions to problems came to you. And then when other people have those problems, guess what? I'm literally sitting here because I speak at conferences and I do consulting. I actually individually consult with families and homeschool co ops. And I had so many parents that would ask questions or ask for wisdom about something. And of course, I'm getting to the point where we're sharing on my podcast, Conversations with Dawn Karima, a lot about homeschooling. We have guests about homeschooling. Even though that's not the topic of the podcast, we have guests about homeschooling. We have people who share their homeschooling wisdom and insights and help others to homeschool. And I realized, oh my goodness, all of these problems and solutions and answers and questions and ideas and all now need to go forward into the community. Hi, happy homeschoolers. That's how this course was born. And so we decided, yes, we're going to take what we learned and share it with others on the homeschooling path. But a lot of what I realized we learned came from the gratitude journal. hmm I wrote down, I was thankful for music appreciation because I realized how much uh, Baroque and Renaissance music were a hit in our house. I was writing down how we solved the problem of learning and talking about 10 frames. Other teachers would just take these things for granted, but at homeschooler, we can write them down, we can share them with others. If you have more than one child you're homeschooling, this helps a lot in preparing. I mean, okay, the first time we tried it this way and we realized when we did it hands-on with manipulatives in math, it was much better than when we just did it mentally. These kinds of things in a homeschool thankful, blessed, grateful journal help us to refine what we're doing. and also help us to help others. What did I see when I taught this that might help you now that you're teaching it? And what do you see when you learned it this way? How would you recommend it? Right? Tell you a secret about the gratitude journal. It'll also help you through some tough times. Like there's days when maybe money is tight and you're having trouble buying the things that you wish you had or wanted to have for your homeschool. Or maybe your children are frustrated, or you're frustrated, or the weather is ridiculous, or, something is happening. You're tired. Somebody's sick or exhausted. It's a great moment to pull out the gratitude journal and just pick a spot and read. And you can start off with something as small as, I'm thankful I have a laptop. I'm thankful I have happy homeschoolers class. I'm thankful that I have a tablet. So my child has a tablet, I have a laptop. We have enough devices. Thank you. Thank you. We're grateful that we can afford the curriculum that we want, that we have access to the curriculum that we need. I'm thankful there's so much free curriculum out there. I'm thankful that I found a program that gives me everything I need to homeschool. Live classes, um, printables, uh, on-demand portal classes. I don't know. What are you thankful for? I'm just giving some examples of things you might be thankful for. Thankful we have enough pencils. I'm thankful we have markers and crayons. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be true. And if you look at it that way, right, you start your gratitude journal. I recommend that your homeschoolers help you. Ask them at the end of every day of learning, what are you thankful you learned today? What are you thankful for before you go to bed? Because we're trying to instill habits as well, lifestyles, perspectives. We want grateful hearted children. Attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is the only attitude worth having. So we're teaching a lot of facts and data. We're teaching a lot of lessons. We're teaching a lot of things they need academically in the world. But we also have the wonderful chance to transmit values, culture, faith, inspiration, beliefs that we hold dear, right? At school, they learn what someone else wants them to learn, and they learn the values and habits and perspectives of other people. But as homeschool families, we get to share what we believe, right? What works for us, what we love, what we know, and what we want them to know. So everybody needs a gratitude journal. Homeschoolers, people who don't homeschool, but happy homeschoolers definitely need a gratitude journal. See, sometimes a gratitude journal will help get you to the other side. Things are really tough right now. You're stuck on this little lesson, not clicking like you want it to. People aren't getting it. You're not getting it. Whatever's happening, and you stop and you say, you know what? Let's be thankful. Let's give thanks. Let's count our blessings. Let's be grateful. And that's not a religious practice. That's a human practice. Let's be grateful. What are you grateful for today? What are you thankful for today? And sometimes in those moments, if we pause, everybody resets, but also we find out another path. We find out another path to where we're trying to go. This lesson was frustrating us. And we stop and have a gratitude break. And somebody says, I'm thankful that I get to do English next, or I'm thankful for science. And you think, what if we pause what we're doing right now and move over here and do what they love and are grateful to do, and then come back to this refreshed and energized? Sometimes gratitude helps us to focus. Focus. Everybody's all over the place. So, okay, gratitude break, grateful break, praise break. Let's do it. Um, Everybody pauses and reflects for a minute, settles down, thinks on what they're thankful for. And it's like a mind cleanser, a little refresher that gets everyone back and ready to focus on what we have to do and learn today. Another thing a gratitude journal will do for you is it will help you to grow. You're learning right alongside your homeschoolers, right? I have learned so much I have a fantastic education, and I learned so much I didn't know just by homeschooling, right? There are things I didn't know. And being thankful and grateful allows you to see your place in this journey. I'm thankful I have a nice, warm home. I'm thankful I have a space where I can teach and learn. I'm thankful that I have children to teach, or grandchildren, or aunts and uncles. You might be an aunt or uncle, so you have nieces or nephews or nibblings. Whoever you're teaching, whoever you're homeschooling, thankful for them. Thankful that they're here, that they can learn and grow, and I can help them do that. See, already that's a reset. Instead of being like, why isn't anybody listening to me? You're already thinking, oh my goodness, this is a miracle. This is wonderful. This is a good thing. That gratitude journal will also help you when you encounter opposition from the outside. And we'll talk about that because you will. There'll be people whose lives are none of your business and they don't pay any of your bills, and you really never hear from them except when they want to say something to be critical. There really are such people. We're not those people, but there are those people, right? There are those people who their own life is wreckage, and yet they can form their mouth to talk to you about why are you homeschooling your child instead of sending them to uh, XYZ school. And you're looking at them and their raggedy life and thinking, what? Right. Right? I mean, let's be honest. But we'll talk about that. But the gratitude journal is super helpful in shutting those moments down. hmm Because when someone criticizes you, that criticism can only take place in your heart and take root in your mind if you don't have anything there to guard against it. So think about thankful, grateful, blessed journals as weed killer. Somebody gets ready to plant a weed in the garden of your mind. Well, so and so homeschooled and their kids turned out terrible. Oh, they did not. You don't even know the whole story. Um, I would never homeschool my kids. Well, yikes. I've seen your kids. I get it. And I'm not being nasty. I'm not being mean. I'm simply saying that a lot of times people who criticize us don't have their own lives quite as together as we would think, right? We don't want to be negative. We don't want to be unkind to anyone. We don't want to be nasty. We just want to be sure. We want to be certain. And that's one of the greatest antidotes to negativity is gratitude and thankfulness. Someone criticizes what you're doing and you turn to them and say, I'm so thankful that my children love to learn. You just stop that whole conversation with gratitude. You wake up in the middle of the night and you think, I wonder if I'm doing the right thing by my children. I'm wondering if I'm really giving them a good education and it's really helping them. And then you look at your gratitude journal and oh boy, your child gave you a hug and a kiss after a lesson they especially liked. Yeah, it helps, right? It really does. Gratitude is like it's like sunlight. You're going into a really dark space of negativity, of worry, confusion, doubt, unbelief, criticism, judgment. And all of a sudden, thanksgiving and gratitude, they just shine a light into the area. They just illuminate your mind. They kill the weeds that other people try to plant in there, and they dispel the darkness. Thanksgiving and gratitude are really powerful. And if you teach them to your homeschoolers, what you'll see is it'll work for them too. Instead of complaining about the lesson, instead of being frustrated with what people are saying or whatever, they themselves will be able to translate that into gratitude and thanksgiving. Well, I'm thankful I don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get on the bus. I have a friend in North Dakota whose children were going to have to get up that early to go to public school. And so she's homeschooling them. And they told her that. They were grateful and thankful. I'm thankful I like school now. That's what one friend's son said to her. And I said, "What did you say?" She said, "I just hugged him and we cried." Because he was being bullied for being native with long hair, and it was just a torment to go to school every day. And now he's homeschooled and he's flourishing and he's fixing to graduate. Yeah, thankful, grateful, blessed, appreciative. Please start that gratitude journal. Start it right now. Doesn't have to be fancy. Just grab something. We all have journals in our house, spiral notebooks, just something, right? And start making one. You can even make one. Everybody get some paper and make a journal yourselves. You can draw in it, you can write in it, you can do a gratitude journal on your phone if you want to. But make sure gratitude is your attitude, and you'll be a lot happier as a happy homeschooler. I'm so glad we had some time together. I'm Dr. Dawn Karima, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.